What's up, guys? It's Matt, and welcome back to the. Not welcome back, but welcome to the final week of the NFL regular season picks. I got Shroud here as always.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
We're in week 18, boys, and Shroud, I'm so sorry, but we both went 11-5. Like you
We
had a
both
really
went
good
three.
week, but we just happen to have
Good,
a
good
good
job.
week all the time.
Yeah, you took the cake for this one.
I mean,
Hopefully, playoff
I was cooking. I was
playoff
cooking those
playoff
last final
predictions.
weeks.
Listen, playoff predictions hopefully goes smoother, knowing the teams that have done what they've done so far in the regular season.
Yeah,
So it'll
I'm.
be a listen. In my opinion, I think it'll be a little bit easier to dictate playoff games like right
Oh
now.
yeah.
It'll be way easier.
I'm very excited about these playoffs, especially if my team gets in. But I think we got them all pretty good.
When does the wild card start? Like next week?
I
Or
believe it's a week. I think we might have to wait an extra week. I don't remember.
do they have to set things up and stuff? Or
Uh, it'll be easy to set things up. It won't be a problem. So we'll be fine. All right, here we go. This is Saturday, by the way. We have two
okay.
Saturday games, and then the rest are Sunday. No Thursday night football, so
Okay.
that's why we took a while to get this uploaded, because we don't have to worry about that. But
Yep.
it's two AFC North matchups on Saturday. It is the AFC North Saturday, Browns versus Ravens first up, and all I got to say is, man, those Browns are just not good. Look,
They're just horrible. Like they haven't really done anything.
I guess we could just talk about.
Those games are are really your like strong suit. You can keep it close with a good team, but you can't really close it out or get any wins for yourself because
They keep it pretty close with the AFC North teams. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah, but then you look at the record and you realize this sorry team isn't gonna go anywhere.
yeah, it's just. Well, no, they're not gonna go anywhere. Of course not. We could really just summarize everyone's season. Do a little recap every team as we go along. So, for the Browns, it's going to be obviously very disappointing season. Deshaun Watson seems like he's not the move, but they decided to extend him for another year anyway. But they are
Oh,
restructuring his contract.
you're extending another fucking exit, dog.
Yeah, I think he's going to be fighting for a starting quarterback spot, and that's what it's going to be like for the Browns. That's the next
Fucking
step is get rid of him.
start the backup, dog. Like what are we doing?
They did start the backup. Well, Deshaun Watson got injured. Remember?
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah,
He
sorry.
tore his ACL, right? So, but next season, obviously he'll be healed up, ready to go.
They're gonna extend them again. That's what I'm saying. Like, keep the backup
Well,
on.
they kind of have to, but they're going to restructure his contract this year. I mean next year.
They're gonna
So
have to do
yeah.
like a whole rebuild and stuff. If you think
Yeah,
about it.
they are definitely in rebuilding mode and might have to give up, surrender Miles Garrett. We'll see. But Ravens, you're looking at a team that really is in the playoffs. I think we've known they've been in the playoffs. There was
Yeah.
no hiding it. Uh,
Yeah.
we
Obviously.
knew they were going to do it when they got Derrick Henry. But the question is now, is that enough to propel them to more playoff success? And that is going to be the
Okay.
question here.
So here's what I believe. I believe the Ravens have a really good shot of actually winning, going to the Super Bowl. I don't think they'll win.
Yeah,
Listen, I don't think they'll win at all, but they have a really good shot of at least contending to the
of
Super Bowl.
course.
I don't think they'll win at anything at all anytime. Probably like in the next 3 seasons, I see if Lamar's still there, everyone's still healthy. I feel like they can win a ring, but like I don't think
Right.
it's their season at this moment. Like nothing's going on for them. Like the offense, again, same as usual. Defense going at it. I don't think. Listen, in my opinion, bro, Lamar and his team, like they're really good. Final, like AFC, like championship seems like it's their best bet. I don't think it's. I don't. I think it should just settle there.
So
I
you're
don't
already
think they can
so
win the
you're
Super
already
Bowl. I think they can
predicting.
contend, in my opinion.
So
But that's pretty much it.
you're already giving your
I don't know.
predictions for
It can
weeks.
go.
Hey,
It can go either
hey,
way.
things change. All right, this is right now, right here, and it's Browns versus Ravens. Ravens do have a reason to play this game. They're playing for the AFC North division, and I think they could get swept. I know. I'm not picking it. I'm not picking it.
I'm just going for the upset for.
Well, you'll take the honorable upset. I mean, hey, they did it. They did already this season. They could do it again.
It's on strong.
Bengals Steelers, the other
this
AFC North matchup.
Really big game. This is the fight who actually wants to play the playoffs.
Yep, there are obviously playoff implications with this game.
Now, Matt, here's what I was asking you like a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
So, with all this winning success and everything, if you don't at least beat, okay, I don't wanna say anything immediately.
Right.
But if you win this and then you lose the wild card, what would all that be for?
What would all that be for?
Yeah. What would all this be for?
To show we made that we at least made the playoffs after an absolutely horrid start of the season. Like we started 4-8. To make the playoffs would just like that would honestly be everything we could ask for this season. Honestly.
So just being there is enough for you.
Yeah, that's enough for me. I would be shocked if we made it though.
Okay. But like I said, Steelers, they tend to play we just beat a lot of teams and then we just go back to what we were.
But yeah, like I will say this, to start 4-8 and just go on this hot streak and the season that our offense has had, like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, very dangerous wild card team. Like we would be a absolutely insane, scary wild card team. Like maybe the scariest 7 seed of all time. And I don't know. We've had a lot of close games with those good teams. Do you think that luck would just start, happening all of a sudden? Like we've had all that bad luck. Do you think all the good luck would just start in the playoffs with those good teams? Possibly. And we're not talking like crazy luck. We're talking like just anything that goes our way could go our way would be like monumental for the team. Yeah. So like, it would be a very close game, no doubt in my mind.
Also, I want to add additionally to their fucking record. Coincidentally, they're 10-6. If they lose, they go 10-7, which would be like another record for the fucking Steelers.
Another 10-7 season.
Another 10-7 season conveniently. So I mean, the script writes itself. If they lose, I mean, it kind of plays it out there. So you kind of have that superstition on your side.
Yep. So.
Yeah, I've been 10-7 for a long time.
Hey, listen. All right. So I'm a host here, so I'm gonna try and keep us on track. Make sure this video doesn't last an hour. So yeah, Steelers. Yeah, exactly what you said. I mean, they're just right there all the time. 9-8, 10-7, and they're on their way to the same outcome, record-wise, every season. And you gotta think, what the fuck do we have to do differently to make this change? It's very simple, in my opinion.
Also, I don't think their offense is really that good. You guys, I feel
it's
like
not. No, yeah, we got a great chance. I mean, the momentum's on our side. The momentum is not on the Steelers' side. They've lost like 3 straight. Bengals have won 4 straight. One team is playing for a playoff spot, has the offense to do it, and one is playing just to keep like the 5th seed. So,
yeah.
Potentially to win the division if the Ravens lose. They'll know that by the time the game starts. So, yeah, give me my team here. It would be absolutely huge if they made the playoffs, and but this is step one. Just beat the Steelers.
I got you.
All right.
Next one.
Panthers, Falcons. Panthers. A very bad start of the season, but kind of picked up near the end. It was good to get a couple wins.
I wanted to pick up more like they just chucked a couple wins in their record.
They got double the wins that they had last year, so good for them. Maybe
Falcons, yikes! This team is just it's just not as it was in the season, like beginning of the season. They're just not that good, dog. They're just leaning on to any type of hope they have.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any hope at the moment because
Yeah.
the Bucks are fun.
Their season rests with the Buccaneers. They need the Buccaneers to lose to have any chance to playoffs, and that is
Yeah.
obviously after that they have to beat the Panthers and they make it in. But Buccaneers play the Saints, so obviously AFC South battles. It's all divisional battles in Week 18. That's no secret. So yeah, we'll see. I'm in my money's on Buccaneers, but Falcons they choked their season away ultimately.
They
They had like a 3-game lead on the Buccaneers, and they won both games against the Buccaneers, won both fucking games against them, and still found a way to have to rely on them to lose. Like that's crazy. Like how the fuck do you choke away your season like that?
this is bad. Like I can't even like.
Well, but it is the Falcons. We knew they were gonna choke. We knew.
Coming from a Bucks fan, like I genuinely thought like at one point in the season,
Right.
it was over.
Dude,
Like,
hey, Bengals fan here. Bengals fan here. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I genuinely thought it was over, dog. And then they just made black magic for us.
Yeah.
They just lost almost all their games late in the season, and now like here we are. They're holding on to keeping a positive record.
Yeah, once the Buccaneers got their star receivers back, I mean, it was just over. Like they just caught up. The Falcons kept losing. Simple as that. They just couldn't get enough wins, and the Bucks caught them. So, yep, their season depends on them, and but I am going to go for half of that puzzle piece and go with the Falcons. They're just the better team than the Panthers. They have something to play for, and I just think they're the better team. So therefore, there is no reason that they lose. No reason.
Yep.
All right. Commanders, Cowboys. I got all the Commanders. Cowboys, crazy season.
Listen, I've heard a lot of like slander on the Commanders saying like they're not that good and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're really just not that good. They're like their defense is okay, offense is looking a little good. Like they just don't see the hype around them. They just see it as like a wild card exit maybe.
No, maybe. I disagree with that. I actually think this team could go pretty far. I like their offense. Their defense is good enough to hang with, the wild card team they're facing. I'll tell you that, by the way. I'll tell you the playoff kind of teams and who's facing each other. Or what it looks like at the end of the video. Yeah. I'll tell you all that. So, well, it's not set in stone, but some pretty much are set in stone. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'll tell you that. But Cowboys, they won a few games at the end. It sounds like I'm kind of like confused about it, and people disagree with that, right? And you're probably like, but the Bengals also did that. Well, guess what? The Bengals happen to still have a chance mathematically in the playoffs. The Cowboys are kind of winning games where it doesn't matter. It never mattered.
No, we kind of talked about this already. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's getting mad at him now, like for actually trying to win.
Like,
And,
yeah, they're trying. And like, this is why I never believe that tanking has ever existed, because teams don't try to lose games. They'll never intentionally try to lose. And you see that with the Cowboys. Like, even though they could have had a great draft pick, they decided to just keep winning games, and as they should, because they're just yeah.
They're just not that good, bro.
Yeah, they just had a very shitty start of the season. Their quarterback went out halfway through the season as well, so it was just over for them at the start. They were just kind of helpless, unfortunately. But Commanders, I think, man, I'm really glad this team made the playoffs, dude. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see the Commanders back in the playoffs. It's been
Yeah,
4 years,
yeah. He's looking good right now. I can't even lie.
looking really good. Potentially, maybe like a wild card upset pick, very
Yeah.
popular one. So,
Hopefully so. Yeah.
oh yeah, but we'll see how they do, because they are obviously locked in, and I think they'll lock in themselves as the 6th seed after they win this game. So we'll see how they go. And next game, by the way, these are all Sunday. Bears, Packers.
This is a very weird. This is a very weird game. And
Well,
I think
you can't say enough about the Bears. How shitty their season fell apart. I mean,
yeah,
talk
we-
about losing like 11 games straight.
we've
uh,
humored the Bears. We've humored the rookie quarterback, and we talked about I think I told you earlier.
Yeah,
Packers don't like to exactly score or do anything in the beginning of the game. And
right.
They rely on like the fourth quarter to like score about 20 to 15 points.
They lost 10 games in a row. The Bears did. The Packers are just a team that has not been able to play their division opponents right. They haven't been able to just beat on good teams. They haven't been able to beat really good teams.
Team like Packers are a very shaky team.
Packers are like the Dolphins of the fucking of the NFC. They have not been able to been able to beat any good teams, and they kind of feast on bad ones.
Yeah, and they kind of wait till like 3 minutes in like the fucking fourth to do something.
I mean, you just saw them feast on the Browns, the Dolphins. So like,
Yeah.
like it's very true.
Listen, I'm not gonna give Packers any like less sort of credit that like you expect me to. They're just.
Dude, I always feel like a Packers hater. Like I don't know why. I don't know why I just don't I get really weird vibes about this team. I don't believe in them.
I just see I just observe what I see. Like they're just not like.
I don't think they're Super Bowl. I don't know.
They're nowhere near one, bro. What?
I don't know why I just like to say that. It's very evident, in their games. They're just not
Yeah.
they're not built for it.
Don't ever feel like it's coming towards like a hatred inside because like
I have no reason to hate this team. I mean, they're green. That's my favorite color. Like, there's no reason to hate this fucking team.
Listen, bro. If I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, like some of these teams and their records don't really like paint the full picture. And I'm saying for the Packers, they don't really come across as somebody that can score, get off the ball, get defensive plays, score again. No, bro. They take their time, and then when the time's running out, and they have to score more in about like 2 to 3 minutes. They wonder why they can't win any games.
Yeah, I mean, it takes them a very long time to just get situated. And then they obviously, and then all of a sudden they come back against the Vikings and then they lose.
That clock's always running, bro. Like you need to realize that clock's always running, and it's not gonna go your way forever.
Yeah, they're always playing down like multiple scores when they play a good team. So I definitely don't trust this team in the playoffs. Could they maybe win a playoff game? Absolutely.
Maybe. That's coming to another discussion. I don't know.
But yeah, they're just always down so much that the other team is just up that much, like just too much. It's too many points in the end to overcome.
Right.
But yeah, I think they'll win this game against the Bears. I think they're that good. They're good enough to beat the Bears.
And I think they're capable. It's gonna be.
And they'll end the season 12-5 as a wild card. But yeah, I just haven't seen any evidence that they can get it done against good teams.
Yeah.
I will compare them to the Bengals real quick. I have seen evidence that they can get the job done. The Packers are always just getting blown out in like 3 quarters, and then they just have to play catch up. You know what I mean?
That's true. That is.
Yeah, like they haven't really shown me that they have a chance to beat good teams. All right. And I'm cut. Jaguars, Colts.
Jags Good. Good team.
Jags. No, not a good team.
Good as in like respective to their choices, but
Yeah. I
close.
I don't know. They
Um,
really just crumbled this year. 4-12.
it, I really have no words for this team. And the Colts, I mean, we've discussed this multiple
What,
times.
dude? They scored, dude.
We-
The Giants scored 45 points on your team in a playoff, like a much needed game, a pretty much easy game to make the playoffs. Their schedule was the Giants and Jags, and the Giants scored 45 of them and kicked them out of the playoffs. Embarrassing. The Giants had the number 1 pick too.
It really baffles me, like how some of these teams, like
I don't know
just get
what
away
the
with it.
fuck happened to the Colts, but I am
They-
glad it happened for the Bengals.
that's terrible. Anyways,
I can't believe, I don't know how they lost.
Yeah.
Drew Lock. I mean, Drew Lock came out of the fucking tunnel and just decided to be Jesus Christ. Just decided to be prime Tom Brady.
Yeah. Anyways, I think I picked the Jags here, but nothing really much to discuss from this
Yeah,
game.
I no, because I actually picked the Jag. I'm kidding. I was going to pick the Jags, but I'm gonna pick the Colts anyway.
Yeah. These teams are very mediocre. Not really much to say about them.
The
especially-
Colts just did not. It didn't seem like the team that was even like a fringe playoff team. Like I would have been
Yeah.
insanely shocked if they made the playoffs, right? Because they were in the mix, right? So if they made the playoffs, I'm like, that's the easiest fucking pick of my life. Like,
Yeah.
like horrible 7 seed if they made it, horrible.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I couldn't see them making it in or being even close, and I'm glad they lost to the Giants because they're just not ready. They're not ready for the playoff. They are not a playoff team ever.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
They didn't. I mean, you saw their games. They didn't even play like it.
I mean, yeah, they don't even play like they want to be there.
Yeah.
Not go on.
I don't know how they won 7 games, but they might just win 8. So we'll
Yeah.
see. That's another game that's just no playoff implications. So
It's
we
just
can
not
just,
what-
no nothing here either. Bills are locked as the 2 seed.
Uh-huh.
They'll
No.
probably beat the Patriots.
Looking Super Bowl ready. Patriots looking.
Could the
draft pick ready.
Patriots win? I mean, sure, but do they want to lose their draft pick?
Like
I don't know.
Matt, this is the best. This is the best way I can describe it. Bills, Super Bowl ready. Patriots, draft pick ready.
Yep.
Let's just move on.
That exact took the words right out of my mouth, and we are going to move on right now because
We are moving on from this game.
Bills had a good season, I guess. Yeah.
Giants,
Giants.
Eagles. Anyways, Eagles.
Exact same thing.
Looking, Matt, you remember the video you sent me about Giants?
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyways,
the Tom Grossi one.
looking
The Giants taking on the Eagles.
potentially the Super Bowl winner. Actually, Eagles are looking really hot, very hot.
Yep.
They have not strayed from the loss that they had. I don't remember who they lost to, but they have not strayed from it, and they have taken every team by storm.
They've lost to the Commanders. They lost to the Falcons in week 2.
And as
And they
we
lost to
talked
the
about-
Buccaneers week 3.
If you guys,
or
if you
4,
guys
something
watch
like
that movie. Oh, sorry. Were you saying something?
Oh, I was just saying who they lost to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, as you guys were keeping up, actually they decided to bench Saquon for this game.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
They're benching Saquon, so he's not gonna get the single season rushing yards record.
Matt and I were like saying some interesting things like, is it worth it to bench him in the long run for playoffs?
If they,
Like-
I think they have to make the Super Bowl or win it for it to be worth it. Like I think a Super Bowl is worth a single season record, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like what if because think about this. If he decide to not break the record, right? So he's not going to be in the history books, right? So imagine they lost the playoff game, and all of a sudden, they're not going to be remembered for anything. You know,
Yeah.
like they're like Saquon Barkley. Obviously, people will remember the guy and his legacy, but he will not have that record. and if they get bounced in the playoffs, like, and at the end, it really didn't matter because they made the playoffs, but like they didn't get to the big dance. They didn't get to the game, the Super Bowl,
Like the game where
the
everybody
game
like,
of all games.
game where everybody watches. I saw a video on like TikTok and it was like this I forgot her name, but she was saying Saquon should if there was like a award, like the MVP award applies to like running backs, I believe like Saquon would be the MVP, but like he doesn't play. He's not gonna get MVP because he doesn't play quarterback. I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like that's justified because like this guy's doing numbers on the field, dog. Like he's feeding families out
On
there.
God.
I'm not gonna lie. Like this guy's like with this explosiveness of producing the offense. I'm like all Eagles gotta do is just like
By the way,
play good defense.
for
And
the Bill.
I think
Okay,
they'll
all
be
right, we
winning.
gotta move on for this shit. We got like, come on. Like the Bills are gonna think we're Eagles Glazers because
I don't
we
give a fuck
decide
what they
we
think,
decide
bro.
to zip right past the Bills and then talk about the Eagles.
All right, let's,
You know
let's
what I
keep
mean?
moving.
By the way,
Let's keep
the Bills are probably resting their starters too. Let's be real.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
likely. Yeah.
So so maybe the Patriots could win because they're resting their starters. But anyways, Giants might win because they're resting their starters. So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go with the Eagles though.
Yep.
This was before I found out about Saquon Barkley, by the way. But
Yeah,
it was
Saquon
probably
Barkley.
they'll probably still win. So
They will win.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. Drew
Very
Lock did have his one game of the year where he wanted to be Tom Brady. So,
Yep.
Saints Bucks.
Very
I
good
don't.
game.
Yeah, Saints fell apart after week 2. That's all you gotta say. They fell the fuck apart. They were 2-0, and now they're 5-11.
And my team's holding on to this. I believe if we win this game, we are
winning
in.
in.
Oh.
So winning in. That's all I gotta do.
All we have to do is win against the Saints, and we do. It sounds easy, but I mean,
Hey, teams will give you a runner for your money in week 18.
some teams
will.
just suddenly bring out the X factor.
They'll put it all out on the field.
They'll
they
just
will.
grief you, literally just grief you off your runs.
Yeah, they're called troll. I call them trolls. The Bengals did that a couple seasons where they knocked teams out of the playoffs
Like,
in the
intentionally
final
just
weeks.
knock them out,
Yeah.
just because they want to show any mercy.
They're just being trolls.
So I believe this could, yeah, this could be an upset. I mean, the Bucks just need to like hang with them. They just need to score, keep scoring, play some defense. Like,
Yeah, they should win. They should win, in my opinion.
this should be a secured win, though.
I
in my
agree.
opinion.
All right, next game, Texans Titans. Texans, what a man!
Man, like this
Just a
this-
fall from
this-
grace.
season that you guys wanted. I was thinking like, I remember it was like 14 and fucking, like 14 and 4, 13 and 5, something like that.
I said 13-4. That was my prediction.
Yeah, like something.
CJ Stroud was just not the same this year. Not the same at all.
Bro. Like it's his team.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
I
not
guess
like-
his receivers all just got injured at one point in the season.
Yeah.
Two out for the season. Just really bad luck for the Texans offense.
This is a really shaky season for the Texans.
But the
I'm not gonna
defense is
lie.
pretty shaky too. Not gonna lie. Just
Really
I don't know.
shaky season.
it just to say they are in the playoffs. Right, they're
Yeah,
100% good. They won their division. They're getting a home playoff game. But man, you just don't feel good about the team, right? In the playoffs, they're walking in.
Yeah, the team morale. Like,
They're
now
not
is-
sprinting in. They're limping in. They're like crawling
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
Yeah, perfect description. Like they don't feel like they fit right at home. They don't
No.
fit right. Like their team's wobbling around. They're squirming through.
To be
wins.
honest, you can say that for a couple of, teams. Say for a couple of playoff teams right now, they're just they're limping in the playoffs. And
They don't
and
feel
you
like
just
they
you just wonder like, yeah, this team is probably gonna get first round.
They don't feel like they belong there, bro. And I'm gonna be real. Like they don't feel like they like want it that bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like with some of the confidence and some of like the games I've been seeing, bro. Like I know the beginning of the season they were doing really good. I think they started like 4-0, probably 4-0.
They started like 4-1, 5-1, and
Yeah, 4-1. Yeah,
so
they
like
started really hot.
they started good, and I don't know, yeah, I think those injuries piled up, and CJ just didn't play as himself.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if they can change. We'll see if they can get that like last year magic in the playoffs. But yeah, good luck to them, and they're probably beating the Titans.
Yeah, let's be fucking.
I'm giving up. I have given up on the Titans even being.
The Titans are just no words. They're just,
My streak has ended of predictions. That I should have said about the Cardinals instead of the Titans that they're not going to finish last in the division.
They're just not that good. They're just fit. Let's
Yeah.
move on.
I mean, Will Levis was just a clown show of a quarterback.
They're just a team to point and laugh at. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like,
Yeah, I would say the defense isn't, but the offense was just horrible. I mean, yeah, just a circus.
literally.
Just yeah, clowns everywhere. But yeah, we'll see what they do with their draft pick. But yeah, they're not winning this game. Sorry. All right,
Oh.
and there's my graphic error of the week.
What was that pretty fucking video?
I went with the 49ers.
I went the 49ers too. I don't think the Cardinals can.
Even if the 49ers win, by the way, Cardinals still have like the division lead on them.
Right.
So yeah, 49ers have officially finished last in the division, no matter what happens.
Missed playoffs.
How crazy is that to think about? They were just in the Super Bowl.
Y'all were just in the Super Bowl. Now you guys are missing playoffs.
Hey man, Super Bowl hangover. Honestly, Super Bowl hangover is real. When you lose the Super Bowl, you are expected to fall off of a cliff.
Yeah.
The Bengals actually didn't do that, but they did after they lost the AFC champion. They just haven't been back, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I keep bringing up the Bengals. Sorry, I'm a Bengals glazer, but
You're a Bengals fan. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get into
yeah. I got 49ers. I haven't been impressed with the Cardinals right now, in their
Cardinals
offense.
so surprised me right now. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Yep, this game is pretty much meaningless though. So I'll just take the 49ers pick. Huge game. This
Really good
this
game.
game is massive. The Chiefs got the number 1 seed, by the way. They are resting their starters, so it's the Chiefs backups and Carson Wentz playing the Denver Broncos.
Can I pick the Broncos?
You can make the Broncos.
Yeah. I don't want to pick the Chiefs. I didn't even know they're resting their starters.
I don't know what. I actually didn't mean to pick the Broncos. Oh, we're switching picks. We're switching picks. By the way.
Okay.
All right. So I got Chiefs. You got Broncos.
Yeah, let me pick the Broncos. They switched their team.
This is a huge game. For a reason, right?
Right.
The Chiefs have the control over 4 franchises' fates in the NFL, and it's not even the Chiefs. Like, one of them is not even the Chiefs.
Right.
They have the control over the Bengals' destiny, the Broncos' destiny, the Dolphins' destiny, and the Bills' destiny, because that's who the Bills play in the playoffs, is one of those 3 teams.
Right.
Right? So they have control over all those franchises. If they they have not rested their starters yet. They have not confirmed it. We think they are going to, so it's safe to say Carson Wentz is playing. And yeah, if the Chiefs win, that opens the door for multiple playoff teams. And if the Broncos win, they're in the playoffs. Winning in. But if they lose, it's chaos. So I'm picking the Chiefs because I want chaos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want chaos.
The Chiefs lose, dude.
Yeah.
If the Chiefs won, dude, that would be crazy.
Yeah, 16-1. What the fuck?
Yeah, and it was their backups who won. Crazy. Like,
Jesus.
if the Broncos lose that too, like, how much does that say about your team? You just
You're
didn't.
just
You
sorry.
didn't deserve the
You're just
playoffs.
sorry.
You didn't deserve the playoffs.
You're
Some of
literally
that.
just sorry.
So yeah, it is. It is. It's big playoff implications, and the winner definitely deserves. You know, like the loser deserves to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the winner deserves to win. It's one of those games. So we will truly see if the Broncos deserve to win to be in the playoffs. Maybe not over the Bengals because the Bengals beat them in overtime, right? But
Yeah.
they at least deserve to be in the playoffs.
True.
Just not over the Bengals. Seahawks, Rams. This has no playoff implication anymore. But Seattle could win for some reason. They could.
Yeah.
But
I just think the Seahawks will win this one. I won't go lie.
yeah. The Seahawks, I like the pick. I like the split, but I just think, to be honest, I don't know. I think it's their quarterback situation that worries me, and that's making me pick the Rams.
Right.
But the Rams, to me, don't have a good offense. Their offense has not looked good at all. I mean, you look at their last 3 games, they scored, like, what, 12, 19, and 13. So that's not enough points to win a playoff game. I don't know. It potentially is not enough points. So they better get their shit together and figure it out. But yeah, I'll go with the Rams here. I'll go with the split. And you'll pick the Seahawks. Seahawks, to me, I felt it was weird. The AFC West was strange this year because at some point every team had the division lead, and you just never see that. You never see that. So for the Seahawks to just kind of crumble at the end, I don't know. They shouldn't have crumbled in the middle. Like, remember they started 3-0, and then they went like from 3-0 to like 3-5. So stupid like that. So yeah, they crumbled. So right in the middle of the season when they shouldn't have, and that allowed the Rams to catch up slowly but surely.
I feel bad. I feel bad for them. I'm not gonna lie.
It does feel bad, but I don't know. I don't know if they would have made it. I don't know.
Guess we'll never know.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know. Chargers, Raiders. Chargers made the playoffs. Great for Jim Harbaugh's first season back as an NFL coach. They really cleaned up their act, the Chargers. So cool to see them in the playoffs.
Now, here's my thing. You've always been self-conscious about you hating on the Packers, and now when you see the Chargers are good, you're like, damn, I can't hate on this team anymore. They're actually doing pretty decent.
Yeah, I can't hate on them. You know, I mean, how do you hate the? It's hard to hate on the Chargers. Like, they're overrated like every year, right? But they finally kind of showed some promise, right? Like, they're overrated. Like people will be like, oh my god, they're like fucking playoff contenders, and they win like 5 games. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
But, like, their defense has been the problem for years, and it finally has looked at least decent. Pretty good, honestly, so you can't really hate on the team anymore.
You really can't, and it's like, it shows.
I just don't hate them as much as, other teams right now. I have a little bit of respect for them now. We'll see. We'll see how they do in the playoffs. But, yeah, cool to see them back. Hopefully they don't choke a game like they did against the Jaguars. You remember that playoff game?
Yeah.
They were up 27-0 and choked and lost that. Yeah. Crazy. But they're playing the Raiders week 18. Not going to be a crazy game like 3 years ago. That crazy week 18 game. No playoff implication for the Raiders, obviously. I don't know why they have started to win games
Right.
at the end of the season, but it's fine. Whatever. They're 4-12. I'm going Chargers. They still have something to play for. They want to be the 5 seed over the Steelers.
I don't map myself out. I'm not gonna lie.
They're trying to be the 5 seed over the Steelers, man. So, because the Steelers don't want to play the Ravens in the playoffs. That'd be horrible.
Of course not.
Oh. Well, maybe they do. Who knows? But Dolphins Jets, another massive game for playoff implications, because if the Dolphins lose, they're out of the playoffs. If they win, they have a chance.
Yep.
But if they win, that takes the Bengals out of it.
Yeah.
So,
Dolphins.
but the Chiefs play the same game too at the same time, so they'll be going on at the same time.
Yeah. Dolphins, like we said,
They looked great against the Browns, and I hated that they looked so great.
pretty good.
But this is what they do against bad teams.
They just need to close it more.
But there is one factor in this game that makes me decide to pick the other way. There's actually two factors.
What is it?
So I told you about the Dolphins' struggles in December, and that they aren't able to beat teams in like 20-degree weather. Well, it's going to be 20 degrees in New York. And another factor. Who's the quarterback for the Jets?
Is it still Aaron?
It's Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
And this could be his last NFL game ever in the league.
Is he saying he's retiring?
I mean, people are thinking that, right? Because they saw the horrible season that the Jets had.
Yeah, they saw the fucking.
So if anything, Aaron Rodgers' final game, you'd think he's going to put it all out there, right?
So are you implying that he might retire, so he's just putting all of his energy in this game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That would...
I mean, does anyone else think he's not going to retire?
I mean, I don't think he's gonna play more. Like after what I just saw.
He might not be on the Jets next year, but I mean, who's picking him up? He's 40 years old. Who's gonna pick him up?
I don't see him playing anymore.
No. So this is gonna be his last game, right?
He might as well go out with a bang.
He's got to go out with a bang. So this could be his final game in the NFL, and yeah, I think he's gonna put it all out there on the field on Sunday. Especially because the weather favors him, too. He plays in Green Bay his entire career. That shit's cold as shit out over there. In New York, it's not so different weather. For the Dolphins, it's completely different. So, it's just, that's a huge factor.
He could very well, take this for himself.
Yeah, and this isn't just because I want the Bengals to make the playoffs, but I have been trying, finding ways to figure out, I'm like, how can I root for the Jets? And, this is it. It's the weather. The Dolphins just don't know how to win in cold weather. They don't.
Right.
Especially at the end of the season, where it gets really cold. And Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback. We can't forget, the shit he's done is his career. And do you think he's going to walk out of the NFL just throwing shit? No, I think he's gonna have a huge game.
If he's gonna spend his last few days throwing the ball, playing the game again, obviously he's gonna have to go out like he wants to.
And hopefully that happens. Hopefully that happens to give the Bengals a chance to make the playoffs. We will see. I think there's... How many more games? There's one more. It is Sunday night. The battle for the 1 seed in the NFC.
It's a very big game.
Not just the division title. The 1 seed. So you are either going to be the 1 seed with a bye week in the playoffs, or the 5 seed going into another team's city for a playoff game in the wild card.
Listen.
Massive implication for this game.
I'm gonna sit here and say this, and I'm gonna put my foot on it right now. I do not disregard or take anything or take any blame for any call that Dan Campbell does. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
No, you can't. You can't.
He listen, bro. Listen. I've seen the comments. I've seen the hate. I've seen the love. All I'm gonna say, this is unbiased. All I'm gonna say, bro, like this guy's doing wonders. Like this guy, from someone that goes from the rock bottom, like to where he is right now, bro. Like this guy's doing something, bro. Like he's not just a coach, bro. Like this is not just like, well, this is coaching, but like he's taking it to the level where he actually wants his team to strive and win. Like he was there for the few years when the Lions went 0-16, and they literally starting at the bottom. And now we're over here. So whatever he plans to do, whatever calls he plans to make, listen, Vikings, I know you guys like to win games and stuff. I know your offense is good, defense is looking good too. You guys were sneaking through the season, winning your games and stuff. Nobody expected you guys to win this much games.
Nobody did.
Season. Nobody expected it. But listen. The Lions lost the game, and then they went on a fucking 9-10 winning streak. Nobody saw this coming.
Nope.
Dan, nobody saw this coming. Literally nobody.
I did.
Nobody saw. Some people did, but nobody saw this coming.
I at least had them like 12-5. I think in my predictions, I have them as a really good team, win their division. Yeah. Did not think the Vikings and them would be 14-2 right now.
Let's drive even harder. Listen, whatever happens this game, I want every support for the Lions. I believe the Lions will.
I want every support for both of these teams. Cause like, what the hell?
Listen, Vikings are good, but
they have deserved this shit, dude.
I am full on watching the shit out of this game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Literally, bro.
I am watching the shit out of this game. Like,
Sam Darnold resurrected his entire career in one season with the Vikings. The Lions, I mean, they have done exactly what they were supposed to do. Last year, they made the NFC Championship, lost, and people were like, "Oh, that was it. That was the Lions Cinderella story," and they're gonna be washed next year. No, they fucking destroyed it. They've destroyed half of the league. Put up 40 on all of them.
Half of the league. They literally. I don't think I'm gonna stress this far enough. They literally played around with most of these teams. Like they literally just.
They played with their food. Literally
played with their food. They still ended up almost.
Lots of respect for the Vikings. It cannot go unnoticed what the Vikings have done, but the Lions have been the more media team. You know.
Let me share some unbiased. Lions might have gone from the rock bottom, but they started on the rock bottom in this season. Almost every single. Their main QB got injured. Some of their wide receivers got injured too. Like, most players got injured in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Nobody expected the Vikings to be like, all right, bro, let's just play what we have and win games.
Yeah.
That's literally what they said in the locker room.
Absolutely insane.
Let's just fucking play what we have. Insane. I'm not gonna lie. Matt, we should split for this game.
We should split. I'm going. I gotta go Lions. I just think they're fit to be the division winner and the 1 seed.
It's destined.
I think it feels like destiny. Exactly.
I can't switch my pick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm all on the Vikings
right
now. I mean Lions. I'm all on the Lions right now.
Very unfortunate, but dude, I think the Vikings could make the Super Bowl.
They could.
Any of these teams can make the Super Bowl.
Lions see in my outlook. There's just there's like a thing where like it's different from like picking based on like logical reasoning, but like there's like a feeling inside of you like you just know that team is gonna do something.
Yeah.
Gonna do something.
This team's going to
Like,
the Super Bowl, and I think,
it's not.
and if they're going to the Super Bowl, they're going to be the 1 seed.
It's not even just based on like stats or like facts. It's just like it's just a sheer feeling.
It is.
You just you just know something's gonna happen to that team.
All right.
Something. It's just I have a feeling, bro.
Me too. Like they definitely have a plan this year, and that plan is to go out and get their first Lombardi. That's what they're gonna do.
When a team is that hungry, anything can happen.
All right, playoff implicate. I've waited. I've literally died to tell you this at the end of the video, dude.
Right.
All right, Chiefs locked into the 1 seed. You see that? They're red. That means they're the 1 seed. Bills 2 seed. They won their division, right?
Sure.
Ravens aren't locked in yet. They have to beat the Browns to win their division, but it is a win and in for the Ravens. And if they don't, then the Steelers have a chance against the Bengals. And that all happens on Saturday. So we're going to know the AFC North winner on Saturday. Texans won their division, locked in as the 4 seed. They cannot go anywhere with 9 wins, obviously.
Yep.
Chargers have a chance to go over the Steelers and be the 5 seed. And then they play the Texans instead. And then the Steelers get the Ravens. Or you could be looking at the Steelers get the 3 seed, and the Ravens are the 5 seed. And then you get like Ravens Texans again, and that's gonna be a bloodbath. And then Chargers Steelers, possibly. I think that's the least case though. I think you're probably looking at Chargers 5 seed. Steelers 6, Ravens 3. And then the 7th seed. Here we go. The Colts are out. So it is the Bengals, Dolphins left in the hunt. If the Broncos beat the Chiefs, they're in. No matter what. But if the Chiefs win, then it's the Dolphins who have to win their game. Now, if the Dolphins lose and then the Bengals win, then they're in. So it's like a conveyor belt. It's, if the Dolphins win, but if the Broncos win, they're in, right? No matter what, if the Broncos win, they're in. But if they lose, then that gives the Dolphins or Bengals a chance. Now, if they all lose, then the Broncos get in. Right? If they all lose, then the Broncos get in. Even if the Broncos lost to the Chiefs, if the Bengals lose and the Dolphins lose, Broncos are in. So the Broncos pretty much can control their own destiny and not leave it up to the Bengals or Dolphins to choke. So we'll see. NFC side, Lions, obviously Vikings are fighting for the 1 seed. Right? Fight for the 1 seed. So no one can get it until the end of the season. Buccaneers, Falcons are the only ones who can shake up the playoff picture. Because the Falcons can still win the division, right? With a win over the Panthers, and the Buccaneers lost to the Saints. But if the Buccaneers win, they're in. And everyone else is locked in. But the Commanders are technically the 6th seed right now. And the Packers are the 7th seed. So, if the Commanders win and the Packers win, if they both win, doesn't matter. Packers are the 7th seed. And then the Commanders are the 6th. And those will be the playoff games, right?
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you the playoff games, right? So, we could be looking at Eagles, Packers, Rams, Commanders, Bucks, Vikings.
Wait. I think the Commanders got that.
I think too. I think so too. I would pick that upset. And then you're looking at Bills, Broncos, Bills, Dolphins, Bills, Bengals, right? One of those. Ravens, Steelers, and then Texans, Chargers.
Texans. I don't. Listen. I know. Texans had a shaky start, Chargers looking really good.
Yep.
I have a feeling Texans might pull it together and pull the upset off.
I think so too. They've had no evidence like to get hot, but I think I feel like they're just gonna get hot in the playoffs. I just have that gut feeling, but yeah, we'll see. They just have to do it. They literally just have to do it. I have to see it to believe it. And our picks could change. Your picks could change by playoff time. So we'll see. We'll see what these seeds actually turn out to be. We'll see who's in the playoffs. We got most of the teams, but we still got stuff to figure out. So we'll see you guys next time. Let us know your playoff predictions in the comments, and Hakuna Matata. Bye-bye.